Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News.
Good afternoon. We're approaching 12:30 and the news continues on WKYT. Bill Bryant and Barbara Bailey reporting.
Well, it is now day 2 of what could be a historic week of weather for us all.
Lexington had 10 inches of snow yesterday, making it the 4th snowiest ever. Our officer Don Evans flew over downtown today. You can see all the rooftops are covered in a blanket of snow. And we're looking ahead now to potentially record-setting cold and even more snow. Let's begin with WKYT meteorologist Micah Harris on this first alert severe weather day as he updates us on what's to come. Micah?
Well, we're looking outside and seeing bright blue skies. It looks beautiful out there, but we're in the teens. It doesn't feel good. We still have those rows with some slick spots here and there, especially with those temperatures. Overnight, they'll refreeze and we'll go through it all over again. Not just that, but we're going to add some snow into the forecast overnight and into tomorrow. So we have one day that we can kind of just take it easy. Well, not take it easy because we got to clean up some stuff. Roads, sidewalks, driveways, just in time for our next snowmaker to fly on in here. As you can see tonight, look at your timestamp top of the screen. There's around midnight. Could you get a few flakes before midnight or around it? Yes, but I still believe the bulk starts. Now, that is the key word. The bulk doesn't happen during the morning hours. It starts during the morning hours. Watch this. Flies on in, and boom, there you go. So I would say a good 2 to 5 a.m. is when it starts in the west, and right as you start to get rush hour, yeah, it just flies right over. It's very widespread. Everybody will get some snow at least. And then it just kind of flies out of here, but watch as we go in toward the afternoon and evening. Then it slides on in more. I mean, we're talking about bursts of snow then. So you could get 1 to 3, I think is the best call. And then with those bursts, if you're under that, that's where you could get a little bit more. Now, we'll go over the latest forecast. I'll show you really who can expect the most coming up in just a few minutes.
Okay, see you in a bit. Thank you, Micah.
And we'll have more winter storm coverage in a minute. First, we're tracking breaking news here in Lexington. Firefighters are battling a house fire on the city's south side.
Want to get you updated on that. Officer Don just sent us this video from WKYT Sky First. There is heavy smoke coming from that home on Wallingford Court. Firefighters tell us the home was already involved in flames when they arrived on the scene. Obviously a very difficult fire to fight given these cold temperatures. Our news crew is on the ground at the scene gathering additional details, and we'll pass along information as it's available to us. Road crews are welcoming this break from the snow for now.
They hope it'll give them a chance to get the roads really clear. WKYT's Miranda Combs is live in Lexington now with more on the conditions this afternoon. Miranda?
Hey Barb, good news is there hasn't been any injury accidents here in Lexington since midnight last night. The main roads are looking pretty good. You can see a lot of pavement in a lot of the areas. That's thanks to the sun and also thanks to the salt trucks behind me. Now crews have been busy loading up for the runs throughout the day. They say today's focus is on the side roads and continuing to salt the main roads. They've got 45 trucks out right now in Lexington and 60 employees, but while they are out, they still want you to stay in.
Absolutely. You know, if you don't need to be out, stay home. That was one of our biggest problems, folks getting out and walking down the middle of the street. You know, cars being abandoned that shouldn't have been out in the first place. I mean, if you drive crazy, you will have an accident even today.
What they're dealing with right now is what they call an unfortunate side effect of a big snow like we had yesterday, which is the pileup of snow on the side of the roads and also on the entrances to a lot of neighborhoods. So that's what they'll be focusing on today. We're live in Lexington. Miranda Combs, WKYT.
All right, Miranda, thank you. While most main roads are passable today, getting to them can be tricky. Check out the side roads here in Lexington. Most of them remain buried in snow. Crews will start plowing residential streets this afternoon. They'll plow according to the snow plan, so remember, it could take some time before they touch your street. While the road crews will take care of side streets, you are responsible for clearing the sidewalks in front of your house.
Have to keep that in mind. The city of Lexington requires you to do that work in a certain amount of time as well. As WKYT's Rebecca Smith shows us, the snow is making it difficult and even dangerous for anybody who needs to walk somewhere. Rebecca?
So this is pretty much the choice you're given if you're a pedestrian out here trying to navigate these roads. We're at Winchester and Industry Roads, where it's either be basically up to your knees in snow or out on the main road where it's pretty dangerous.
The city ordinance in Lexington requires folks to shovel their sidewalks within 4 hours of a snow event, but Lexington police say their priority at this point is to give them enough time to shovel. Most neighborhoods don't have their roads clear, never mind the sidewalks. Along major thoroughfares like Winchester Road, the lack of clear walking space is a problem.
I have to be at work at 9:30, and I didn't think anybody could get back in the neighborhood to get me.
The snow's so deep that I got tennis shoes on, so I can't walk in. I know it's bad to walk in the street, but you do what you gotta do sometimes.
And if you're interested in finding out more of the particulars of this city ordinance in regards to sidewalk clearance, click on a link on our website, WKYT.com. In Lexington, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
And while you're out clearing your sidewalks, the Postal Service is asking you to shovel the area around your mailbox as well. Carriers will not deliver mail to areas that they find to be unsafe.
Now, all around the state, people have started digging out. In Boyle County, emergency officials tell us their top priority is getting to people whose job it is to help and serve others. WKYT's Phil Pendleton has more now from Danville.
I am just above the Highway 150 bypass in Danville. That is one roadway where you can see some blacktop. That was not something that you could say yesterday in many areas. Many roads are still slow going, but they are passable. But I'm told the side roads and roads out in the county are another thing entirely. The Boyle County Emergency Operations Center has been activated. It's staffed with workers and volunteers in Hummers, Humvees, and other four-wheel drive vehicles.
Vital personnel to jobs that need to be, that are in positions that have to be at work. For instance, nurses. We have organized a group of four-wheel drive vehicles that are transporting nurses back and forth to the hospital, doctors back and forth to the hospitals.
Now, many businesses and services are still shut down and closed today, but that situation is slowly changing. I've seen a lot of plow trucks moving around and getting these parking lots clear and open up. Of course, a lot of challenge for many places. So a lot of people live out in the county. They simply can't get into work today. We're going to have a lot more on this later today, but for now in Boyle County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. Boyle County officials are still asking people not to go out unless they absolutely must.
The situation on the roads is improving to our south. In Corbin, crews are getting some help from Mother Nature in clearing up the roads. WKYT's Sean Moody talked to some drivers who are hoping they can start moving again after they were getting stuck all over the place yesterday. Sean?
24 hours after this all began here in Corbin, things are actually looking pretty good. The sun's out, that's putting people in a better mood. And right behind me there is Interstate 75. Traffic there is moving along smoothly. State road crews worked all night to get the snow and sleet out of here, and it's really showing. Traffic is moving almost at normal speeds from Corbin down toward the south. The side roads are in better shape as well, but they're still a little bit slushy. Getting in and out of some areas is pretty tough. A lot of people who found themselves caught in a storm yesterday had to stop here in Corbin for the night. Once they were off the highway, they discovered their problems weren't through. A lot of them just couldn't make it to the parking lots, so they had to leave their cars behind here at this gas station and walk the rest of the way. Some people who stayed here overnight actually lived nearby but just couldn't make it back home when the snow hit.
Got this far and got stuck.
Oh man.
We just live 2 miles down the road there, so couldn't get no farther. We bellied out.
Now, a worker there at that gas station was just all over the place trying to get help for everybody that was in there. She said taking care of each other is just what Kentuckians do. In Corbin, Sean Moody, WKYT.
All right, Sean, thank you. Laurel County as well as Whitley and Knox counties have all declared states of emergency, and the city of Williamsburg has set a 10 o'clock curfew for tonight. A close call overnight for a salt truck driver in Owen County. Look at this eyewitness picture sent to us from Kentucky 227 near Owington. You can see the plow truck ran off the road and with the front end at least went over the embankment there. A tow truck was not able to pull it out of a ditch until daybreak this morning. The State Transportation Cabinet tells us the driver is okay and is back at work today.